Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment's 32 teams, 32 days, and today we are talking about the Kansas City Chiefs as a part of my 2017-18 season previews. Remember to head over to sportsfanentertainment.com for the article previewing the Chiefs. The link to this article will be down in the description box below. We're talking Chiefs today. We're going to look at this team's strengths, weaknesses, give you some bold predictions, give you a fantasy outlook, and get out of here with my final win-loss prediction for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's start with this team's strengths, and to me, it starts with the linebackers. We start with the outside linebackers. What a year last year for Mr. D Ford. In his second year, D Ford absolutely went off. He ended up with about 10 sacks last season and really popped off. But now we have the returning Justin Houston, who, yes, he played a little bit last season, but he was not 100% healthy. Now let's see what he can do. Now that he's healthy heading into this upcoming season, look out for the return of Mr. Justin Houston. And how about Tamba Hali, who's been complaining on social media lately that he's not getting enough reps in training camp and he needs to be on the field more in games, but this is still a really nice rotational pass rusher to have. When Tamba Hali is your third pass rusher, I feel pretty good about that. Now, he is getting older, and we'll see how it will be this upcoming season, but I still like Tamba Hali as your third outside linebacker. And they also have Frank Zombo and Kevin Pierre-Louis, who is some nice backups right there. And they also drafted Tano Pasagnon. Okay, so look out for this guy. Very interesting name, but this guy can also get after the passer. We look at their inside linebackers. Derek Johnson still in the middle. Ramik Wilson still in the middle as well. Gotta like that duo. To me, one of the better inside linebacker duos in the NFL. Derek Johnson so good and covers. This guy's great. We look at their safeties, man. You gotta love Eric Berry, man. The man, the myth, and the becoming legend that is Mr. Eric Berry. This guy's at the strong safety position, although he does free roam. I mean, he can play free safety. He comes down in the box. He does whatever the hell he wants to do. Whatever he's doing, though, you know he's going to be good. Okay, Eric Berry's fantastic. This guy's an absolute beast. We love this guy for good reason. But next to him is Ron Parker, who continues to be one of the better safeties in the league. And overall, here you have a nice safety duo between Eric Berry, the absolute stud, and Ron Parker next to him, who's a very good safety in his own right. We have one more strength for this football team, and it is the tight end. Travis Kelce is an absolute beast, and I want him to get his touchdown numbers up, but I think that's more so due to Alex Smith than Travis Kelce. Kelce only had 4 touchdowns last year, which is ridiculous because he had over 1,100 receiving yards. I mean, that's one of the most ridiculous ratios I've ever seen. Travis Kelce is fantastic, and getting 1,100 receiving yards with Alex Smith as your quarterback, Alex Smith won't throw for more than 3,500 passing yards. Okay, so getting 1,100, getting almost a third of your quarterback's receiving yards. Whoa! For a tight end, that's really good. And then they also have Demetrius Harris behind Kelce, who's not a bad backup tight end, so the tight end position is definitely a strength. We look at the weaknesses, though, and I only see one weakness for this football team, and it's the wide receivers. And I understand we have Tyreek Hill, man. This guy was fantastic in his rookie year. How dare you hate on Tyreek Hill? I'm not hating on Tyreek Hill. But who else do you have? Now, Chris Conley. Okay, this guy opposite of Tyreek Hill. Look, last year he had about 500 receiving yards, and I really loved the fact that he caught a high percentage amount of his targets. I really love that, but is this guy gonna break 1,000 yards this year? Probably not, and I don't think Tyreek Hill is either. Okay, and then after that you have Albert Wilson, Demarcus Robertson. Okay, after those two guys, you don't really have anything. The wide receivers are just not very good. Just look within your own division. I mean, you guys easily have the worst wide receivers in your own division. I take the Raiders wide receiver over y'all, Broncos wide receivers over y'all, and Chargers wide receivers over y'all. Y'all wide receivers just aren't that good. When you have Tyreek Hill, okay, who who may not even break 1,000 yards to me. Chris Conley, who a good year for him may be like 700 or 800. And then everyone else is such a question mark. Your wide receivers are just not very good right now in Kansas City. Now we have a bunch of positions that to me are neither strengths nor weaknesses, somewhere in the middle. We look at the offensive line first. Okay, so the offensive line could be quite good, but I don't think that it's going to be a top 5 unit in this league. Could be top 10, but I'm not even sure about that. We look at Eric Fisher, left tackle position. He continues to improve. Okay, this guy is not Luke Jokel. He's not a complete bust. They re-signed him, and now he's going to continue to improve for this team, so you like that aspect of him. But you look at the other guys, Mitch Morris at the center position. He's okay. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif at right guard. He's also okay. Mitchell Schwartz is probably your best offensive lineman at the right tackle position. Your left guard position right now is a bit of a question mark. Right now, Witzman is scheduled to start there. Andrew Taylor's going to get in the conversation, as will Zach Fulton. Parker Einger, he's also going to get in the conversation as well. So, I mean, we'll see who starts there ultimately. I don't love that left guard position. But right now, you don't really have even one Pro Bowl offensive lineman. So, I can't say your offensive line is a strength without one Pro Bowl offensive lineman. And not even anyone being close. I mean, Mitchell Schwartz is a really good right tackle. Ain't no right tackle getting the Pro Bowl unless you're an absolute superstar. So I don't see this offensive line being much of a strength without even one Pro Bowler. We look at the other positions that are neither strengths nor weaknesses. Look at the cornerbacks. I really want to say strength. I love Marcus Peters, the absolute ball hawk. This guy is tremendous. Okay, other than him, I don't love anybody. Steven Nelson, who's starting opposite of him, he's just not that good. He's not bad, but he's not that good either. Phillip Gaines, oh, he's not good. This guy continues to struggle. Terrence Mitchell, encouraging. Need to see a little bit more from him. The cornerbacks aren't great, okay, outside of Marcus Peters, so I cannot say the cornerbacks are straight for this football team. Look at the defensive line. It's intriguing, right? You have Chris Jones, whom you took last year. This guy had a nice rookie year. Can't wait to see if he improves. But other than him, Alvin Bailey, who's only okay, and you signed Benny Logan, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this guy kind of underwhelmed last year. We'll see how we can perform as a nose tackle in this 3-4 scheme. That's an interesting fit for him. He's played that in the past. Want to see how he plays that now. I'm intrigued, but I can't go all in on this defensive line quite yet. Also, look at the running backs right now for this team. Spencer Ware. I mean, last year he did decent, but I mean, come on. Is he a top 10 running back in the NFL? No. Okay, that's why you drafted Kareem Hunt out of Toledo, I believe in the 3rd round. Perhaps this guy will start. Perhaps this guy will play well. And then finally, look at the quarterback position. Okay, Alex Smith. Look. I could have said weakness for Alex Smith, but he does his job for this team. Like, the thing about the Chiefs is the reason why they're so successful the past couple of years is they don't turn the ball over and they get turnovers on the opposite side of the football. Okay, Alex Smith directly contributes to this. He's part of the winning formula in Kansas City. So because of that, he's not a weakness. But if he was starting for the Tennessee Titans, he'd be a weakness. Okay, so for this team, he works. It works for them. For other teams, it would not work and he'd be a weakness. And that's why you drafted Patrick Mahomes, who we will sit back and wait and see if he plays this upcoming year. We look at my fantasy projections for the Kansas City Chiefs. Alex Smith, 3,300 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. The stereotypical year of Alex Smith. He normally misses about 1 game per year, and I'm expecting the same this year, so look out for that. Running back Spencer Ware. I think he will lead the pack, but I think he gets less production than last year. Look out for this. 180 carries, 790 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Less production because I think the addition of Kareem Hunt will take away from Spencer Ware. And they'll still give some carries to Charkandrick West. Charkandrick. Okay, I like to think he's a Pokemon. Charkandrick West. They're going to get some carries to him as well. And wide receiver Tyreek Hill. He's going to get 90 catches, 990 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So I believe under 1,000. Because with Alex Smith at the helm, okay, only throwing for, if you play 16 games, only throwing for 36, maybe 3,700 passing yards. You're going to have Travis Kelce getting 1,000 probably. It's going to be hard for Tyreek Hill to also break 1,000. So I have him under 1,000. Look out for this. But 990 would not be bad at all. We look at some bold predictions for this team. Patrick Mahomes will play this year. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be because of the injuries or they're going to try him or whatever. I'm just telling you he's going to play. I think the football gods are going to get this guy out on the football field. This is normally what happens when it comes to first round picks. Despite your plans of benching them for the entire year, they somehow get on the damn field sooner rather than later. And I'm expecting something similar from Patrick Mahomes. Again, Alex Smith normally misses about one game. Last year, Nick Foles played about a game and a half. I expect something similar from Patrick Mahomes. He plays this season and he will impress. I'll tell you that as well. The Chiefs win 2 straight primetime games. If you look at the Chiefs' schedule this upcoming season, they go up against the Washington Redskins on Monday Night Football in Week 4 and the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football in Week 5. I think they win both of those games. 2 straight primetime huge wins for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I have happening. And also a bold prediction number 3. The Chiefs go 4-1 in December. Here is their December schedule. They go to the New York Jets. That's a win to me. They host the Raiders. Win to me. Host the Chargers. Win to me. Host the Dolphins. Win to me. And then they go to Denver, which is a loss to me, but they could win it. Okay? They could win this one and then lose to like Oakland or something. So I like their chances to go 4-1. Maybe even 5-0, and the game before this December run is against Buffalo in Kansas City. Yeah, 4 of your last 6 games in Kansas City. Love this for the Kansas City Chiefs this upcoming season. Look at the schedule for the Kansas City Chiefs just beyond December though. Alright, so again, you guys are in the AFC West, where last year y'all swept the damn thing. Y'all went 6-0 in the AFC West. Now look, that ain't happening again. I'm sorry. I can't predict it. I know Chiefs fans, y'all going to predict it. Y'all going to proclaim from the rooftops, we're sweeping it again. I'm saying no way in hell. Okay, I will say this. You guys seem to own the Chargers lately. I think this continues. I think you sweep the Chargers again. That's it. I think the Broncos still won on you, and I think the Raiders definitely still won on you. I mean, y'all swept them last year, and very impressively so. But the Raiders are just too good to be swept by y'all again. I know that they're just watching film all off season long, waiting to get y'all. And especially y'all go up against the Raiders on a Thursday Night Football game in Oakland. Where a couple years ago, remember, Oakland was awful, okay? And y'all lost to them. They were like 0-13, and y'all lost to them in Oakland on a Thursday night game. We can expect to see a similar result here in this game. I like Oakland to split with y'all, as do I like Denver to split with y'all as well. Look at the other divisions. You guys also go up against the AFC East, okay, where you guys will have success. Okay, now, the first game is bad. You go to New England, and this is an L to me, as it should be to you. Every other game should be a win. As you host the Dolphins, you host the Bills. You like that, okay, because that helps your chances of winning. And you host them, by the way, in November and December, late November and late December. This helps you in Kansas City, so these should be wins, okay? And then you host... No, sorry, you go to the New York Jets, who are awful. You can go visit the Jets. That's a nice vacation. Go up to the Big Apple, beat the Jets, and go check out Jay-Z or something. You know, have a good time up there. So this is a good division for you. You go 3-1 to me without a doubt. Without a doubt. We look at the other divisions. NFC East. You're in trouble here, boy. I think the NFC East is good. I think it's problematic. Okay, you look at the distribution of games here. You go to Dallas. You go to New York. Tough L's. Okay, I think those are L's for you. Those are difficult, too difficult for me to say you're going to go to Dallas and New York to win. Then you host the Redskins. To me, you'll win that one. And you host the Eagles. Look out. Okay, look out for this Eagles game. It would not shock me if the Eagles beat you, but I think it'll beat both these teams. You go 2-2 against NFC East. And then you guys also go up against the teams that finished concurrently with you in the AFC. That would be from the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who consistently beat y'all. Okay, they beat y'all 43-14 in the regular season, and then the playoff game was much closer, but they still beat you. Okay, I expect the same thing. I'm sorry. I think the Steelers have y'all's number right now. And then from the AFC South, the Houston Texans, whom you travel to, I think you'll beat them. Now, we look at my win-loss prediction for the Kansas City Chiefs. Best case scenario, 13-3. You improve upon last season. I look at the roster, it looks better. The roster looks better than last season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Worst case scenario, 9-7. The schedule got tougher. Even though if you just listen to what I just said, I think I counted about 11 or maybe even 12 wins. I think 11. 9-7 is still possible because you could trip up against the Chargers. I'm not expecting that, but you could. You could even trip up, facing the Eagles, as I mentioned earlier, and you only go about 9-7. Now, my prediction, I'm going to be safe because normally I go right in the middle between my best and worst case scenario, but today I'm only going to go 10-6. I wanted to say 11 so bad, but I'm being really conservative with my wins that I'm giving out to playoff teams this year, other than like the Patriots and the Packers, because everyone else, it wouldn't shock me if they missed the playoffs. Okay, every single team in the NFL wouldn't shock me if they missed the playoffs, other than those two teams. And the Steelers, I expect the Steelers to make it as well. So I'm going to be safe today and say you go 10-6. But I'll also say this, you're going to make the playoffs. And you could win the AFC West. And you could be the second seed in the AFC. Wouldn't shock me at all if that happened again. But your result will probably be the same, that you lose in the divisional round or at best in the AFC Championship. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs and their 2017-18 season. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been NJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.